Hello learners, bonjour aux apprenants and welcome to Learn French with Likiza. Today we are going to look at 10 French idiomatic expressions. Idiomatic expressions normally have a different meaning or a hidden meaning to how they are presented or packaged. And just like other languages and English, the French use them too. So if you want to spice up your French knowledge and come across as someone who has a good understanding of the language, you can include the following idiomatic expressions in your day-to-day speech.
Avoir un poil dans la main.
The literal translation is to have a hair in the hand. But what this idiomatic expression means is someone is lazy or this person is intentionally not willing to work. Example in a sentence. Ils ont un poil dans la main. They are lazy or they are not willing to work.
Faire la grasse matinée.
The literal translation is to do the luxuriant morning or luxuriant, depends on your English teacher. And what this really means is to sleep in. To explain further, this is to spend a longer time in bed than normal. For example, in a sentence, j'ai hâte d'être en week-end pour faire la grasse matinée. I can't wait for the weekend to sleep in.
Être blanc comme neige.
The literal translation is to be white as snow. But what this idiomatic expression really means is to be totally innocent, or in slang, to be squeaky clean. An example in a sentence is une fois que le vrai voleur a été attrapé, ils ont réalisé qu'il avait dit la vérité et il était blanc comme neige. Once the actual thief was caught, they realized that he had been telling the truth and he was totally innocent, or he was squeaky clean.
Poser un lapin à quelqu'un.
The literal translation of this idiomatic expression is to set a rabbit on someone, which really doesn't make sense. But what it really means is to stand up someone. And to explain further, this is not to show up for a date when you had led the other person to believe that you will show up for it. An example in a sentence is Je ne peux pas croire qu'elle m'a posé un lapin. I can't believe that she stood me up.
Raconter des salades.
The literal translation is to tell salads. But what it really means is to tell stories that don't add up. Made up stories, exaggerated stories. For example, in a sentence, ne faites pas attention à lui. Il raconte toujours des salades. Don't pay attention to him. He always tells stories that don't add up.
Ça coûte un bras.
The literal translation is it costs an arm. But what this idiomatic expression really means is it's super expensive, it costs a fortune. For example, cette maison lui a coûté un bras. That house cost him a fortune, cost him an arm. And if you want to learn one extra idiomatic expression, which I will not cover in this video, you can watch my previous lesson on Apprendre le français avec un roman, Learn French with a novel, where I covered Tram 83 par Fiston Mwanza Mujila. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel before I continue.
C'est pas tes oignons.
The literal translation is it's not your onions. But what this idiomatic expression really means is it's none of your business. An example in a sentence is Ce que je fais de ma vie, c'est pas tes oignons. What I do with my life is none of your business.
Boire comme un trou.
The literal translation of this idiomatic expression is to drink like a hole. But what it really means is to drink in excess, and especially alcohol. And I think we have a similar expression in English, to drink like a fish. An example of a sentence with the French version is Martin boit 8 bouteilles de bière un week-end sur 2. Il boit comme un trou. Martin drinks 8 bottles of beer every other weekend. He drinks like a whole, or he drinks like a fish.
Coup de foudre.
The literal translation of this idiomatic expression is a strike of lightning. But what it really means is love at first sight. An example in a sentence is Pour eux, c'était le coup de foudre. For them, it was love at first sight.
Avoir les yeux plus gros que le ventre.
The literal translation of this idiomatic expression is to have eyes bigger or larger than your stomach. But what it really means is to overestimate yourself. An example in a sentence is Il est sage de ne pas avoir les yeux plus gros que le ventre. It's wise not to overestimate yourself. Do you know of any other French idiomatic expressions and their actual meanings? If so, please put them in comments together with sentence examples and I will respond. And if you enjoyed the video today, please subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so that you are always notified of new videos as soon as I upload them. You can support me today by becoming a patron and also to unlock exclusive posts on Patreon that you'll not find elsewhere on my teaching platforms. Another way that you can also support me is also by buying me a coffee. I am on Instagram as @learnfrenchwithlikiza. All the relevant links are in the description box. À bientôt!